Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun la wa mo la mo dododo. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you. Good morning.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please share the broadcast. I mean, invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Mayegun is live.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary Politico. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ẹ
is going to be political conversation. Mayegun's diary, Politico. I am about to kind of share with you, again, as always, the intrigues, as well as the fraud in the political permutation of Nigeria, that no matter how it is disguised, no matter what or when, it all comes to one thing: failure. Don't join them.
And yes, Lórí YouTube. And yes, Kọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. And yes, Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. And yes, Presido bá wí sí o. And yes, Gómìnà gbówó jẹ. And yes, ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí fa. And yes, aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. And yes,
we thank you very much. So if you have read the caption of the broadcast, the description, I mean, it won't be too difficult for you to blend into this conversation. At the end of the day, well, maybe you can pick or learn one or two things. Why many of us choose never to be part of the charade, whatever they put together in that contraption called rescue mission, whatever they call it, change, next devil, upper level, whatever it is, whoever it is, as long as it is within, I mean, it is with the same arrangement that brought Nigeria to this state, right? We will never be part of it because we can see through the lies. There's no point in trying to plant tomato and then expect to harvest cassava. It doesn't work that way. And that is why some of us who knows that if everyone agrees that, well, if you really love Nigeria, why not ask those who are residing in Nigeria and those who you call Nigerians if they want to keep this contraption? That is the question they are avoiding. And then we are now in the season of presidential bazaar. Everyone can be president. And listen, the way politics of Nigeria works, right? Even they themselves, they believe it in their local parlance that 24 hours is a very long time in politics. If they ever conduct any of their charade election, sometimes these intrigues, this act and all these, all these things that are happening that you should possibly be noticing, they will kind of become meaningful. And that is why, for those of us who have seen through the lies, and we can see through the whole thing, we encourage others that don't join them. Whatever they are doing is for their own interest, not even in the interest of that Nigeria. Talk less of you, the Nigerians. And as they say, if you throw the fan, if you throw it 1,000, if you throw it up 1,000 times, it is always going to land flat. That's exactly what Nigeria is. So these characters are coming out today. Tambuwal, Sokoto governor, former speaker, the former product of Tifnumbu, who became speaker after Tifnumbu and gang decided that a Yoruba woman called Akonde from Osun would never be the speaker under Goodluck Jonathan. That was how Tambuwal came to prominence when the PDP, APC, and PDP, ACN made him the speaker. So Tambuwal came out today, wants to be president. And this is not the first time we've been hearing it. We have also been hearing that is a sort of a body to Wike. But the shocker that came today, that is not really a shocker, is that since Boko Haram's calamitous government, the murderous government and divisive government of Bukwari, many people felt like the ideal thing is that if you probably want to keep Nigeria and save whatever it is that Buhari is going to leave, right? There's no point in anybody pushing for a northern president, not this period. But it is unfortunate. Yeah? And that's part of the lies that make people like us to say, you don't play into their hands because they dictate the rules of the game, because they own it and you can never beat them in that nonsense. It's a charade. Southern Nigeria, there should then be somehow politically, religiously, and what have you, united to say, indeed, you know what? We have been so divided. And we have been trying to hold our people down, not to break away from Nigeria. But listen, if we really want to do anything at all, we should all come together and say, well, if the Southerner is not producing the president, then forget it, Abi. But because it is them, Abi. So they are not in any way united. So you have the following people. And I will tell you their game, which is what I know. The Southern PDP governors are in bed for a northern president. So once you know this, I bet it, you will know peace. Therefore, the likes of Seyi Makinde, Wike, some of these PDP governors in the south generally, they are looking up north, including those ones who actually seems to be in their own second term, and they have been outspoken, loud. Yeah, they are looking, I'm talking about PDP now, they are looking forward to the north. So therefore, they are positioning themselves to become deputy of anyone the north can accept. And this is not even a rumor, it is obvious. Wike, others, they've made statement that if PDP want to come back to power, they have to go and choose somebody from northern Nigeria. The northern Nigeria themselves, after the calamity, after the atrocities of February and the failure that came with it, they have become so ashamed of what they now called missed opportunity. But rather than for them to feel remorse, they are now doubling down, knowing the fact that what many believe that could never happen in Nigeria, things that people believe that nobody will ever try and get away with. Bukwari tried them and he got away with them. Now they believe that if it is about election, then it's a game of number. If you all think that you're just going to gang up and say, it's your turn, then maybe you should possibly think again. Now, in that regard, they position themselves as those that will decide. And in that same stead, the reality is not lost on them, except for some of you who are still jumping up for swagger this, swagger that. Even those who are running for swagger, they are looking up north. Now, you have this Tambuwal, which I bet if they say somehow, they manage to pull the stunts and force Atiku not to contest, definitely Tambuwal is a PDP potential. I know you have Saraki there too, but you know, we'll see how that play out in PDP. Meanwhile, in APC, you know their what do you call their Okwaye, the second Okwaye, Kolu Tifnumbu, who has declared it's not the only person in there. So before now, the word out there was that what can they do in northern Nigeria? I'm talking about this power, which actually don't really believe in PDP, APC, by the way. Using APC, PDP will actually make the reality lost on some of you. The truth lost on you, on you. They don't believe in PDP, APC. They believe in and it is not just them, it is all over Nigeria. It's just that down south is where people can mix their own emotion and get taken right off by people who actually know what they are doing. In up north, right? What decide their own political decisions are religion, tribe, and the third one is maybe politics. So religion, in the sense that if this candidate is a Muslim, it stands a chance. And if it's also from their region, which they consider as the tribe, one tribe they want to call it, well, the majority, then it's a good to go. So Buhari polarized Nigeria, looted Nigeria, divided Nigeria to the point that even those who are from northern Nigeria, I'm talking about not all of you, because sometimes when I say northern Nigeria, it seems like a generalization. I'm talking about those who are their foot soldiers, PDP, APC. So, and most in particular, the Fulani elite. 7 years, 8 years of Buhari has polarized Nigeria, divided Nigerians, that the life after Buhari is so scary to those who have enjoyed unfettered, as in unchecked immunity over anything and everything under Buhari, simply because they belong to his religion or they belong to his tribe. So what is going to happen? They are elite. They are afraid. What is life going to be post Buhari? So politically, they have to make a decision. If they are going to agree that the power should go to the south, how much control would they have to maintain what they have succeeded in bringing to Nigeria? Ethnic, tribal, religious division, which is their strength, their source of power. So how can they keep that? The Fulani terrorists, the terrorists who are killing Nigerians all over the place, kidnapping Nigerians, they enjoyed the federal government, the Fulani government immunity under Buhari. So politically, there must be something in place. And that is what is guiding their decision. Should we just go for the kill? Call it a game of number. Find few states we can buy in the south. Everyone can be bought. So let's find few states we can buy, give them the source to access power there, and then they deliver to us, and wherever it comes to, the power returns to the north. When it comes to the capital vote, it comes from us in the north. When it comes to protecting that vote or writing it and what have you, it comes from the north. But we are running out of time. Buhari has divided Nigeria to the point that if another tribe or another ethnic nationality gain access to that power, and they should do the same thing that Buhari did with his Fulani and other rogue of criminals who worked there with him, then it's going to reverse whatever gain they have made in the last 7 years. And indeed, they've made a lot of gains. They've succeeded in spreading fear. They've succeeded in growing poverty. They've succeeded in growing unemployment. They've succeeded in leading Nigeria to recession twice. They succeeded in many things. They succeeded in turning Nigerians or making Nigerians to become people who have no empathy. Whenever they say 600 people get killed, Nigerians read it and they move on. Oh, 3 people or 40 people got kidnapped. Children got killed or got raped. They just read it and they rage and they move on. So they succeeded to that extent. So if that has to be reversed, it's going to be a great loss. And that must be politically well calculated according to them. So should we agree to power going to the south? Let me tell you something. All the tricks in the book that you should possibly kind of be aware of, so that you understand why what I'm about to tell you now, they will make sense. So sometimes they may not make sense to you right now, especially if you are head and neck deep in the ass of your traducers, the people you call leaders. If you are neck deep, it will make sense to you from the start. I'll tell you the calculation. You see, all the insecurity in Nigeria they are not coincidence. The escalation of insecurity, the increase in human rights abuses, police brutality, people disappearing because once you say anything and you disappear, they didn't happen simply because They just happen. No, they are not coincidence. They are all premeditated. The moment they plan to take over that power. And the reason why I believe that they were premeditated is this. When they want to take over power, when they handed over power to Buhari, Nigeria had terrorists who were standing trial for the act of terrorism because they bombed and killed people. Those who kidnap, then it was actually during the peak of the time when they kidnapped school children. So which means when Buhari came in, there were templates to either kill the terrorists or if they are captured, they must be tried. That template was supposed to be improved upon if Buhari really came to help. So what happened? When they came in, rather than build on that, they opened a business center on the insecurity in Nigeria. They opened something called Operation Safe Corridor to pardon and free and reward repentant terrorists. In that regard, those who are real terrorists feel like the worst will be to capture them and they will release them once they repent. So why should I want to stop terrorism or kidnapping? So that didn't help. Insecurity escalated. Before they came in, it was northeast of Nigeria, including Borno. 7 years after they came in, we now have insecurity in northeast, northwest, north central, southeast, southwest, Niger Delta. Now, the entire 6th geopolitical zone of Nigeria is in crisis and turmoil. But they just vary. They vary in 7 years. That is deliberate. For people that sworn and, campaigned that they were coming to end insecurity, it escalated deliberately. Because you can't conduct election when there is chaos, can you? Your constitution says if there is crisis in 2/3 of Nigeria that will hinder conduct of an election, the president can use his own power and stop election or extend his stay in office. By so doing, it will become a unitary, like a military president. Nigeria is in chaos every day, even in Syria, where they are fighting war. They are not killing people in Syria daily as much as people they are killing in Nigeria every day. But they make you believe there is no problem, there is no war. So politically, Buhari and gang, they are in that advantage position. If all plan fails, you can't conduct. It will just take the INEC chairman. They will say, INEC, can we conduct election? Nigerian military, Nigerian defense, Nigerian service chiefs, security-wise, can we conduct election? We don't think we can conduct election. Yes, we can conduct election, but we can't conduct election in this place, that place. By the time they list half of the geopolitical zones, by law, Buhari can extend the date. And everybody where they campaign now, they will have to go home until there is security satisfaction for them to do election. Buhari know if he try that, I just gave you one. He will try many things. And right before you will do nothing. If you think it is just going to be about reacting. If you try it, you will see it. They killed people during the NSAS protest. Nobody is standing trial for it. Nobody would stand trial for it as long as it is that system. So don't say we will not try that. In fact, it will be good for them to try it. But that's just one among things that can make them keep the power in northern Nigeria. Insecurity. Deliberate. The second one, they also told us they attempted. Sorry, one sec. I want to acknowledge these people. The first one is my brother Kalu Okpara. Thank you very much for your super sticker, by the way. I appreciate that. And then same goes to Maazi Obi. Maazi Obi Unto Donke. Thank you. Happy birthday. Sorry it came late. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, the second option they told us we know about that. We'll talk about that at some point. I've told you about the escalated insecurity. You know a lot about it. All of us know a lot about the escalated insecurity. The point I want to prove here to you is that how is this and all of what I'm about to tell you are going to be related to the election, and why some of us, maybe not because of overthinking, or maybe that because of too much of these things that we have access to, that we decide to just process all this information, or we just don't believe in that fraudulent election. No matter what they disguise for you, okay, it is all going to be according to their scripts they write. You will have to act it. We choose not to be part of it, and reasons are this. Insecurity is one of them. Deliberate escalation of insecurity in Nigeria. Deliberate escalation of creation of insecurity in eastern Nigeria. That is deliberate if you don't know. Because if you ask yourself, why are we having insecurity in eastern Nigeria? It is because majority of the Biafrans are interested and asking that Nigeria, in fact, this Nigeria should be renegotiated. In fact, they want to leave. And the way things are going, if it is not checked, it is going to be the people versus their own Nigeria representatives in that region. Those you call the politicians and what have you. So what can they do? Let's turn them to demons. Let's make them look like one, even when they are not. So you saw what they have done. People have been kidnapped. People have been made missing. People have been killed needlessly by this government for that eastern Nigeria. How about us in southern Nigeria? I mean, southwest, the western Nigeria, Yoruba land. Every day our people are paying ransom, getting kidnapped. People are now refugees in another country, neighboring country, Benin Republic. So everybody is feeling it too. All they need, see, the day they will activate fully the one in Yoruba land, it will be towards the election. If they want to use insecurity to boycott, to cut out any election and keep the power in northern Nigeria. That's just one among others, okay? The other one is that, okay, what if we talk to Jonathan? Somehow, many people never recovered from 2015 election. What if we arrange and talk to Jonathan to come back, but he has to come back through APC? So many people, when they heard that, they were like, it's a rumor. If Jonathan tried that, if Gage tried that, Baba, it is politics. Don't beat yourself. And that's why some of us know they raised our hope, because we know them. Jonathan had that conversation with them, because their plot then was that if Jonathan come back, he won't have to contest second term. You get that now? Because that would just be him doing second term. And all this noise about power returning to the South, or this and that, yeah? Within 4 years, that one will finish. And Jonathan is tested and trusted. He's a lawyer boy. He won't really do anything stupid. So why, if we do that, the power will go back to the North for another 8 years. But Jonathan spoke to his friends. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Exactly. People believe that. Even when people who are closer to him, they said, this is ridiculous. Don't try that, please. Anyway, it came back as, not be say every one of them will agree that Jonathan should be, but it is called political permutation. So in a nutshell, Jonathan realized that his own allies, they found that suggestion ridiculous. But back in PDP, they have already moved on from that Jonathan. To them, they want to give Kesari what belong to Kesari. What belong to Caesar. Sorry, I'm a Yoruba man. We always say, Kesari from Kesari. So the politicians in southern Nigeria are also divided into two. And this is where another opportunity opens for the northern elite who are jogging everybody around. It's like putting all of you, those of you who are the Avuvuselas and your leaders, including Tifnumbu and Co. They put all of you in a bowl. They are now juggling you around. They are rolling it like this. So everybody is doing like that. Are you following me? This is another one that put them in a very good stead when it comes to this political permutation. They know that the South is divided. Half of those who come from the South, they are comfortable for the next president to come from the North. If any of them can be deputy, as long as it is not Tifnumbu. So Tifnumbu is now in the middle. By the way, when Jonathan approach failed, we have been told that the new option they just developed, one thing is that, why can't we just surprise everybody and APC will just go for an Igbo presidency? Let's surprise them. Yeah, let's surprise them. Because with that, they know that this is not a joke. Listen to me. Because when they want to tell you, whenever they want to tell you that they are not divided Nigeria, that you should not tell them that they won't vote for Igbo president in the northern Nigeria, that they voted for Jonathan. Don't buy it, okay? Because this is what happened during Jonathan's time. Their plot then was that Yaradua is dead. And the best thing we can do is to let Jonathan do just one term if we don't want to cause wahala. They caused wahala. The wahala just didn't swallow Jonathan in 2011. When 2015 came, it was easier for them to tell all of their foot soldiers that Jonathan, that they called a man from Ijo, a man from Niger Delta, suddenly became Jonathan from Anambra, Jonathan from Enugu, Jonathan Igbo, and the same easy cell 8, which is the source of their power, religious, ethnic, and other hateful things that they bait all their people on, bait their people with, right? Jonathan became, to the point that a sitting president, he was stoned in Bauchi. His own party chairman sold up because he's from northern Nigeria. His own party governors, PDP, they sold up. They sold their. They didn't sell up. They didn't sell out. It's just what it is. That's how they vote in Nigeria: ethnic, religious, and then others. That's how it comes. So, why not just give the presidency to an Igbo man? Finally. Do you want to know the names of those who have declared so far? Anyim Pius Anyim, the former Senate president. I think he is from Imo State. Okorocha, the former governor of Imo State. Oji Uzo Kalu, the former governor of Abia State. These are those who have come out from the east. The one from the south, from the west, Tifnumbu, I'm coming to him, and I'm coming to what I know about how he is also going to play himself out. And at the end of the day, like I said, everything about your 2023 is going to be about northern Nigeria, whether you realize it now or not. Okorocha declared today to be governor of, to be president of Nigeria. And the first thing he said is that there's nothing called police brutality. There's nothing like police brutality in Nigeria. He will begin to speak in line and all that. But the things they are pushing is that at the same time, before this year, 2023 comes, the likes of El Rufaya and co, they will be positioned. And this is where the Shegun they want to use for you and your Tifnumbu, this is where it comes in. You know he's in London now. Tifnumbu said he's consulting from London. But the Fulani North, or let me say the Fulani elite, the power mongers, the gatekeepers, they know the reality. They know that Tifnumbu is Bokwari Pro Max. And for everyone, except for the agreed, which is the reason why some of them are keeping Bokwari from northern Nigeria today, including some of the governors that can no longer talk. They no longer take tour to America to go and report Buhari like they reported Jonathan. The reason why some of them are keeping up with Bokwari is because he's from their place, and at the same time, he is a Muslim, and at the same time, he is also a Fulani, one of the gatekeepers of Nigeria. So he is the quota system product, which Tifnumbu is not. They are not going to sit back and then, but they know that should I put it this way? All of us, we are good enough to tear everybody, to tear ourselves down enough. And in my own case, telling them is just to save my own people that they want to lie to. They will tell you that the reason why the Oshibajo want to be president, the reason why Tifnumbu want to be president is because they want to represent Yoruba and they want to make Nigeria better and bigger and the rest of all those nonsense. So me tearing them down is to save the lives of my people, is to let my people know that this is a journey, a suicidal journey. The same way they lied to you in 2015 is the same way they will now lie, even multiple or quadruple that in this their own desperate period of 2023. So if I am here to tear them down, I am doing my people a very, very big favor, and I hope it helps. So for northern Nigeria, it is a win-win situation. Shebi Tifnumbu get money, Abi, fine. But we don't want him. We don't want this weak, tired person. They have said it all, and they are still saying it all, that they will not be what you, all of you, accepted. A sick president, Bokwari. They won't cope with that. So they asked them, they said they should give them Tifnumbu's medical record. Now, Tifnumbu is in London to cook the medical report that they are going to bring back and say he's feeling ill and healthy. As he came here to rest and consult, is, what do you call it? Is Agbero products, who are the honorables representing some of you, by the way. They came to London to come and see him, do some photo op like they did for Bokwari. They came here, Ashiwaju, Baoleshen feel, all right. Your Excellency, sir, Mr. President, and the rest. So this is Ashiwaju. They dressed him to look younger, but look at him in that frame, right? He stood up here. I think he's standing here. So that's him again to try and look younger. You get what I mean now? You know, in fact, there was a place. Let me see if I have that. There's a particular one where they put on sneakers on him, right? This one. So that they can say, he's a young man. Same thing they try to package Tifnumbu, Bokwari at the time, but it's not well. But you know, the same way that people are trying to make Tifnumbu look healthy, right? It's the same way as they are cooking book for him, all right, to look better. Ikene Shatabandu, fake Pastor Ruga, which is yet to declare or may never declare they are already doing the actual job. Let me be honest with you, right? Is already preaching unity, harmony, peace. You get what I mean now? And no joke, He's already has his own committee everywhere. People are already disagreeing. And these are, before you say Mayegun is steering Tifnumbu, right? You see these people, the fake Pastor Ruga's foot soldiers, they are deadlier than Tifnumbu's Agbero online or social media bandits. These ones are sleek. They have a way of kind of manipulating or penetrating into your brain to make you think that, well, I think I still like him. Some of you are already saying it. See, I still prefer that Oshibajo than Tifnumbu. So that is why Oshibajo is now saying, Lord, please send me. Fellow Nigerians, please catch me. They are the ones questioning Tifnumbu's age, questioning Tifnumbu's health. And back in the north, trust me, it is this way.
I'm here in Kano, Kodame, Kazo, Africa. As incredibly humorous people of Kano will say, Garini Mba, Kano Ba, Dajinala.
Sai ku fito maza da mata, mu kwanta al'ummar mu ma'ana mu zaɓa cancanta Yemi Osibanjo. Ku fito maza da mata, mu kwanta al'ummar mu ma'ana mu zaɓa cancanta Yemi Osibanjo. Sai ku fito maza da mata, mu kwanta al'ummar mu ma'ana mu zaɓa cancanta Yemi Osibanjo.
Tare da kai na fara Allah.
Mu bi Osibanjo.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
If you don't get it, forget about it. So they are enough to tear themselves apart. See, I am not going to try and babysit you, okay? You can feel somehow if you are among the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Almajiris, You can cry me river. We know that you will tear yourselves apart. Okay? I just want my friends to know that sometimes they don't need to do anything. You are just advertising and you are just promoting Tinubu to be president. I know. Go and be president. Oshibajo team, they have already approached the Financial Times, projecting Oshibajo as the better successor to Buhari. Back in the States, in Yoruba land, these APC, Egbekegbe Votrons, the Facebook bandits, the social media herdsmen, and the rest of them, they already have factions among them. Those they considered as the genuine people who want to save Nigeria, and Tifnumbu who just want to be a hold president. So they are already doing the job, friends. Don't work yourself out too much on this Tifnumbu and gang, okay? They are already doing the job, and they will do it very well. So back to Atiku. So then the news came, they said, Peter Obi Peter Obi is there. Peter Obi was governor in Nigeria, Anambra governor. He is the only governor on record in Nigeria that served for 8 years, and he left government without borrowing a dime, no gbese. He left government leaving billions of naira in the state government cover. He left government without any abandoned project. He left government without anybody accusing him of stealing a dime. He said he was impeached for saving money for Anambra. You know his story. He is a product of APGA. Apapap, ga ga ga, ga ga ga, apapap. You know them? The supposed political party that represents the interest of the Igbos is a product of that. He served the people. You can't say the same of those who succeeded him. And I'm not trying to patronize him. I'm just giving you facts that some of you know. So if they say, and he is also a billionaire, well, he is a billionaire. And currently, Nigeria said they want to investigate him because he kept some of his money outside Nigeria and he's not paying tax on those money that he kept outside Nigeria because they know he kept money, his own money, outside Nigeria. So they are going to prosecute him for keeping his money outside there. So he's one of those that you can say, if they say they don't have anybody to be Igbo president, this one filling all the he tick all the boxes. So how come they are not? Well, they said maybe it's always as usual. The Northern Nigeria decide. So maybe it's only good to be a deputy. So he became a deputy to a thief, a known thief, Atiku. The people, you know him, and Obasanjo. They served Nigeria so well that Nigerians became poorer while they became richer. They destroyed the education system in Nigeria. When they left government, they built themselves schools, private universities, private secondary schools, where people now, only the rich people can send their children there. And to show that they are generous, they can give your children or your child or your son or your daughter, they can give them scholarship to come and study in their private school because of what they did with your public school. So Atiku is richer, he's got so much money. So he deputized him. So now that they are looking to pick Atiku as PDP, naturally, some people are already saying Peter Obi should deputize him. So that will then put the real Igbo in a steady position to become president. According to them, they said just because they want power to remain in the northern Nigeria, so Atiku is just going to be president for 4 years. That's the Zobo the PDP is selling. So an Igbo man will be the deputy, right? And then after Atiku serve 4 years, Igbo man will just be president. Gagam. But the game don't change. They said because Peter Obi no get billions to contribute like others, Atiku is looking for somebody, or should I say, now the person even suggested himself to Atiku that I get money. Atiku is looking at Wike. Wike has a record of serious construction, turning Rivers State to construction center. So he has that to his record. But he also has the sitting on the second biggest economy in the entire Nigeria. He is rich after Lagos and Rivers State. So teaming up means they are ready to trade #1 slot for their own selfish personal interest. And they are saying it is for the general interest. Meanwhile, that will be you having to deal with another northerner for 4 or 8 years. Me, Mayegun, we now sit down here and I'll be talking to you that they want to rescue Nigeria. Who are those who want to rescue Nigeria? PDP. Okay, PDP. And who are those who want to rescue Nigeria? Oh, Atiku and Wike. Oh, Tambuwal and Wike. Oh, Tambuwal and Seyi Makinde. I say, hey, bravo, because Seyi Makinde is part of it. It must be a very good thing. When you know that it's going to all end in the same thing, you will be more poorer. It's going to be, because none of them has a template of what to do to fix Nigeria. They are all coming to come and do road. We'll do road. We'll build schools. You have job, which they can create. We'll do electricity. We'll build hospitals. That's what they are all coming to tell you. Nothing else. Because all these things are not meant to be built by them. Because if they could be built by them, by now they would be done building all these things they are campaigning with every 4 years. So somebody like me won't sit down and say some people want to rescue Nigeria. Who are they? Atiku. Who are they? Saraki. Oh, who are they? Tifnumbu. Oh, yeah, they must be good. Of course not, they are not. So what that put then is that whether you run here, or you run left, or you run right, wherever you run to in looking for solution to fix Nigeria, you are going to end up at the same point, the point of failure. But one thing is that if you are just going to run about, and end up at the failed or the point of failure, and you can pick up again and say you want to try something else without any much cost, where we would have said, okay, we're fine. But there has been human, the keeping together of Nigeria has been at a very huge human cost. So every day that you dream of trying to join them to keep Nigeria under this kind of arrangement, what you are doing is that you are sacrificing lives for no just cause, no just reason. Because for Nigeria, that you keep it, if you keep Nigeria for every 4 years, for those 4 years, if they give you the numbers of those that Nigeria killed, that they shouldn't be dead. If Nigeria was a country, right? Maybe it will make sense to you. That do it 1 million times. Abuse people who tell you you are just wasting your time. Abuse them as much as you like. You will get the same result because it's so easy to see through. So easy. People can conduct elections on those who represent them in a free and fair election that they actually have control over. And I said it many times. I said, it is so difficult for people to convince people like me that I am wrong about my projection and what have you about Nigeria. It is so difficult. You see, every time that those who are pro-Nigeria as it is, and those of us who are, pro break it up as much as you can, as soon as possible. Thank you very much. In fact, before I even finish that, there's something I actually wanted to add. I'm sorry for that break. I'm going to be taking a minute break, and I have this announcement I want to make before I continue. Please bear with me, just a minute or two. Please, Jejeman.
Nigeria, they fool me, child. I don't wake up, my mumu don't do. Oh, why is going on? Niger, unity beggar, leave us alone. Biafra is my home. For real, Janja, winner, macha. We are going home. We are going home. Biafra is going home.
Thank you very much. That's Prince Jejeman. So the announcement I wanted to make, the moment I remember it, I remember that moment, I felt like I should mention it. Okay. So last night I told you about Prince Jejeman's video shoot in April in London. I believe that I probably will be inviting some of you to come around, for those who actually knows Prince Jejeman very well. So I received a very lovely, generous donation for Prince Jejeman yesterday. I received one bit prior to that, and I told everyone that we have been able to raise up to 91. Holy shit.
One Nigeria, they fool me, child. I don't wake up, my mumu don't do. Oduduwa is going on. Naija, unity beggar, leave us alone. Biafra is my home. For real, Janja winner, macha macha. We are going home. We are going home. Our friends going home. Oduduwa is going home. Janja we dey do bra. We are going home. Bye bye bye. Janja we are going home. It shall come to pass when Somalia disaster shall be seen as a paradise, compared to the calamity coming upon Nigeria. I pledge to Nigeria with all my nyash, I ain't gonna give you. Shegeda Iska, Oyara Oloshi, Olori Buruku, one Nigeria. God has spoken, Prince Jejeman a messenger. Urobo Kanta Skata, we are going home. Going home. Oduduwa is going home. Janja we dey do bra.
Livestock. Livestock.
National livestock.
I will talk about it.
He doesn't know. He doesn't.
Yes,
I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me. No.
As
He
I
can
told,
talk for
He
himself.
doesn't know. He doesn't
as
know.
I
I want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
well, I
doesn't know.
I think
Sorry about that, friends. Somehow, I just had my system froze on me somehow. So that is me back. I was talking about Prince Jejeman. So I got two extra donations for Prince Jejeman, which came to £50. With the commission, this and that, I can tell you now that we have £142 raised for Prince Jejeman's video shoot. And the way to actually support Prince Jejeman is you can use the PayPal on that your screen. If you can hear me, by the way. So you can use the PayPal on your screen to reach out to Prince Jejeman, and wherever you send, attach, what do you call it? Attach a message with your donation. You say, this is for Prince Jejeman and that, I will deliver your message. So I got two donations. I don't know if they are comfortable with me mentioning their names, but I'll keep that to myself for now. Two ladies who reached out, £20 and £30 plus £92. That should take us to £142. Hopefully we can get more and we can show our support to Prince Jejeman. Let's go back to our story. I'm sorry for that interruption. Somehow it's unavoidable, and I'm glad to be back. So for those who left, tell them to come back. If they are not, they'll probably see the video later. Okay, so don't beat yourself to it or in any way. Okay, so I was talking about the pro-Nigeria, the one Nigeria, and what have you. In everything that you call Nigeria, the unfairness is so great that it has its life. I mean, it has a life of its own. Right? So it's so imbalanced that even if you love Nigeria so much, would you, by any chance, say this is the Nigeria you want to see or you want to have? The inequality, the degenerated contraption, which never really is of, it's of no one Nigeria of anything. Like, it's not real, so to say. So now that we know that if you are from southern Nigeria and you love Nigeria, one Nigeria, you may have to learn how to live with another northerner for another 4-8 years, something that people like us felt like, no, you have been, or let me say, we have been too generous for too long. So it points us to come when you have to know that these guys, whatever you say, north, south, this and that, yeah, they don't speak for me and you. They speak for themselves. And you only validate the fraud when you go with them, because we know what the end result will be. And why do I have to subject myself or anyone at all towards things that will come back as same of the same? It's still Nigeria, man. It is still that trashy that constitution, man. So it's never going to make any difference. I was talking about Ogun State. Ogun State. And then I told you about the potential of Ogun State. If to say Nigeria was to be a real country, our potential could take care of us, take care of our people, our children. What we have could build a life in abundance for us and our people. But Nigeria took all of that away from us. And those who are now benefiting from the crumbs being returned from that arrangement, they are telling me and you that we should be thanking God and be better off. No joke. And this is actually like a state policy. Be grateful that Nigeria is even giving you something. Be thankful. If you are not with Nigeria, you will suffer. People who say that are the people who represent us. People who lead us to the slaughter are the people who we call leaders. Ogun State, so where some people told me, they said, if you shout incompetence 3 times, don't be surprised if that Abiodun appear to you. Ogun State people, we be say with the people, we get so much pride. Bokwari came to Ogun State. Dapo, dubious Dapo, now led Ogun people to go and say, thank you, Bokwari. That is not the Yoruba land I want to live in. Not this one.
President Muhammadu Buhari was in Ogun State a fortnight ago, during which several landmark and legacy projects in critical sectors of the economy were inaugurated. Given his impression shortly after, the president described Governor Dapo Abiodun as an example of promises made, promises kept.
Your Excellency, well done. I am proud of what we have done for your state and your people.
I am extremely excited. I am further motivated and encouraged to build on what we've done, that Mr. President has seen, and we indeed will continue to ensure that that trust by the good people of the state is continuously justified.
Governor Abiodun is therefore here in the State House with a high-powered delegation comprising former governor of the state, Segun Oshoba, and the chairman, State Council of Obas, Babatunde Ajayi, to say thank you to the president for his visit, which he described as monumental. He said the president demonstrated sincere love to the people and indeed the gateway state where he began his military career in the 60s. The governor speaks on the secrets behind the infrastructural revolution in the state by his administration.
We are merely pursuing our vision to provide a focused and qualitative governance, whilst creating an enabling environment for a public-private sector partnership, which is fundamental to the economic growth of the state and individual prosperity. So by doing that, we are grown IGR. By December, we are done about 100 billion in Nigeria. That is the highest ever.
During the visit, the Akarigbo of Remo land, Oba Babatunde Ajayi, who is the chairman of the State Council of Obas, appreciated President Buhari for being part of history of Ogun State. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Because if I'm talking, if we talk, they will say, Mayegu, you talk too much. That's the embarrassment I'm talking about. That is the picture of Nigeria. Ogun State. When I left Nigeria, that was in June 2012, right? I know virtually everywhere in Ogun State. I know virtually all the politics in Ogun State, so much that I was in it. But that's not the point I want to make. Then when I got here, it was actually like a year after Ibekunle Amosun, ACN, Tifnumbu's party then, before they started APC. It was when Amosun came in. Then they started this propaganda. Amosun is building the longest bridge. Amosun is building this and that. Amosun is this and that. Social media, they hired jobless graduates. Some of them, illiterate graduates. You don't see illiterate graduate before. And we have many of them in Ogun State. They hired them to be taking pictures of some of the, what they call, ongoing projects. Amosun was borrowing and borrowing and borrowing, right? And this Amosun has turned Ogun State to, they did this scam to the point that, guys, they did this scam in Ogun State to the point that Amosun built rice pyramid and there is no rice farm in Ogun State. They took loan in the name of Ogun State people. They now got bags, bag of cement and all of what they call these sacks. They got sacks, and they bagged these sacks with sawdust, sand, everything, and they built rice pyramid in Ogun State. But there is no rice farm in Ogun State. Could any rice planted anywhere in Ogun State by Ogun State government? But guess what? The sellers, they said Amosun, Ogun State will feed Nigeria in the next few years. The way Amosun was going. That was how real the scam was. When I went home for my mom's burial in 2018. Oh, if you are from Ogun State, the reason why I decided to pick on Amosun is because it's a good example. They will say, okay, if you are not satisfied with what he is doing, just wait for him to finish. Amosun was demolishing, because then the criteria of borrowing money is to make sure that you attach that loan to a project. Okay. Kemi Adeosun is the Commissioner of Finance. Okay. So if you want to borrow money, you must attach it to a project. Ogun State people gave Amosun the chance, and Amosun, to prove that he has a lot of project to do, he was demolishing people's homes, and they want to do road there. 80% of demolished homes to construct new roads in Ogun State, they were never constructed, or they were never completed, or scattered around Ogun State. But the picture, the vuvuzelas, they were paying 15,000 naira to 20,000 naira to come on social media and tell you how they are changing people's lives. They were taking pictures. They were everywhere. Amosun is this, Amosun is that, Amosun. Oh, Lelogbeni, this guy na fraud, na thief. Ibikunle, Irokunle, Omamoshi, Akotileta, Oke Moson. I have so much names for him then. So I traveled to Nigeria. You see, Sherry, some of you who actually go on social media to fight and defend these politicians, write a lot of things and all of that. Well, some of you are ni kure. I swear to God. Teba kure, ni sunre. Isinkunyo ni da. Some of you, I am trying to bring back a memory here of what fraud can look like and what they reduce my people to, the people of Ogun State, what they have reduced them to. Royal fathers, community, this and that. I decided to use Amosun for a start. The royal father you saw there, paramount rulers in Abuja, thanking Buhari. that has impoverished them more than ever, that his visit was monumental. These boys were posting pictures. Amosun is building houses. Amosun even brought Bokwari to Ogun State, where they built a place they called Mumumadu Bokwari Presidential Estate or something in Abeokuta. The pictures everywhere. When I got to Nigeria, Lekosi, all of you Olori Burukus, all of you Alatenu Jess, all of you Tifun Laurent, Tikun Loju Asho Oshoro. All of you that can sell your family members, you've sold yourselves for the peanut just to jump everywhere to defend these criminals. When I got to Ogun State was like a place where they just finished fighting war. Chebimi at the sit down here, they tell you, say, Lagos is a mega city, the mega slum. Go to Ogun State. Syria is better than Ogun State. But you know what? If you go to Abeokuta, you probably will be feeling like, I'm on city, but more even that same Abeokuta. When I say go to Ogun State, you will curse everyone who told you that one governor is working, this other governor is working. The same way you should be cursing everyone who is your governor. You see? Look at Lagos State as well. If you really want to tell yourselves the truth, you will be cursing every criminal there. You won't be supporting Tifnumbu. You will be cursing them with passion. And you will pray that your curse will work on them. I went to Ogun State. Ogun State was like, I went to Dogbolu, my town, where I went to bury my mom. I saw people. I saw desperation. I saw frustration. They were more or less like, it's easy. You see all this scam you are seeing everywhere. Everybody wants to scam everybody. Now, dog eats dog for that place. When I got there, you could tell the frustration, the desperation in people's eyes. You could tell. The frustration was real. Not to talk about the poverty. And people are trying to smile, still trying to live large, still trying to pretend. Then come and see their road. See road. It was like I left Nigeria for how many years then? 2018. 6 years. Nothing changed. But on social media, Governor Ibikunle Amosun want to commission 100 and kilometer road. The longest in history of Ogun State. They have been doing it. But go there. Go to the interior. Go and see how people are living. And you ask yourself, how are people surviving? So if I come here and I know the reason why my message don't really make much difference among them. They are not, it's not that they are not listening to me. They listen to me all the time. So when I got to Ogun State, you could see it. You could see it. You could feel it. But if you want to not see, yeah, because even me, when I went for my mom's burial, it was so fast. It was so impromptu. I didn't save. I didn't have any savings, anything other than I just want to go and bury my mom. So I wasn't going home on vacation. I wasn't going like, yeah, okay, I'm going to go to Nigeria. I'm going to Ijebu in December. Then I'll be like, okay, what kind of car do I want to drive? And where do I want to stay? What do I want to do? How much would I need? You know, that kind of a thing, you know. If you are living outside Nigeria, you need to plan them. It's like going on holiday. That you know that you have to, you have to cater for yourself and possibly some few people extra and all of that. So I didn't have a fancy car. I just had this car that just moved me everywhere. So it's easier for me to feel it. I felt it. And I was asking myself, should be the talk say they don't change this place? They said they have done this. I forget it, Jare, everything again. Everybody just come there, come and steal. People will be telling you that. Ogun State is like a what? And some people are saying, Mayegun, Ogun State is too far, Jare. Don't tell me Ogun State is too far. That's where I come from. But if you go to interior of Lagos State, Shebi, you are living abroad, Abi. You see those ones in Nigeria, it doesn't mean anything to them. The only surprise that the people living in Lagos or living in Nigeria, the only surprise is when they realize that, hey, they have started fixing that road. Oh. That road where I passed 2 weeks ago. This road has been like this for the past 35 years. Then when they suddenly see that, hey, they've started the road, oh, Nigerians, they will be like, hey, that's the only surprise. They don't feel surprised that people are living in the most inhumane environment. Terrible road, open drainages, no electricity, no good hospitals. Even when you get in there, no good medicine and the rest of that. And you'll be asking yourself, Baba, I don't know if you have done that before. Like you will sit down, you'll be like, oh more, how I survive Nigeria before I left Nigeria. So I don't know if you have asked yourself that question, because if you have been there and you see your friends and everybody is happy, they are trying to be happy, but anyway, then you ask yourself like, oh, more, can I live like this again? If I end up living like this, would I survive like I survived then? Most of you will be like, oh, I know if survival. I won't survive in a place whereby no electricity. I won't survive if that is where I'm going to be living. Except if I'm so rich that I can just turn on the generator like everyone else. I'm not be all of us, they rich. Me, I can't run a generator for a straight 1 month and I will not run broke. Poor. I will be dead poor if I live my life like that. But that is what makes people look like they are rich in Nigeria. But look around you. When I got home. So I think that's part of the reason why I just felt like you can't help the people. No, you can't. When they are done, they will help themselves. I mean, at that point. And I was sitting down here, me talking about the potential of Ogun State, what Ogun State can be, the advantage of us being the Yoruba independent nation, where we have our destiny, where we write our own destiny ourselves. Why would we be living in abject poverty, living in inhumane environment, being subjected to the worst kind of inhuman treatment that you can think of? And all we can think, all we see is that politicians spending money to go and thank a lifeless breeding mannequin who doesn't give a damn whether you are okay or not okay in Ogun State. You know what? In that same Ogun State where you have Obas, where you saw the Obas, Alake, you have this, you have that. In that same Ogun State, people from that state, a year ago this month, they ran for their lives because they were running away from Fulani terrorists. A great visit indeed.
Due to that crisis, Fulani crisis that was occurred at our country. That's the reason why we migrated to this place. We are forcefully migrated to this place due to that. By force. By force. It's not by willingness. Women. Oh, man or women. How much are us, man or women? Only you. Are dying here. Both the women and men migrated from that area. No. And how much people died?
They say how many people they killed there.
There are few many people. But that our many people. Many people have lost their lives. People are still migrating because of that. What happened? It's because of the Fulani crisis. Fulani, they are killing the people anyhow. They are killing the people anyhow. They will move from any from one village to another. They will migrate from one place to another. They just keep people. That's the reason why the people are scared. They move down.
So those are the Ogun State people who are grateful to Buhari for coming to see them. Go to Ijebu. I mean, just drive. Even Ikene Shatabandu, the fake Pastor Ruga, who claimed to come from Ikene. I mean, how can you as a Yoruba man see what, because all of this limitation, all of this underdevelopment, there are no other reason than because you are part of a fraudulent Nigeria. That's the reason why. There's no other reason. Nigeria allowed the criminals in charge, every one of them, PDP, APC, whatever name you want to give to them, all those rogues, right? Nigeria allowed them to keep you underdeveloped. And that's what we are saying, that if you know the advantage of being on your own, you are never going to go out there and risk your life to bring in another thief or renew the contract of the dying thieves. So this is where we disagree. I am not somebody that's going to tell you that don't do it. Do it. Go on. Get those criminals on. Support the rigged system. Continue to defend it. But I want you to understand it first. And if you do understand it, you probably will never defend it. You won't. Why should I waste my time? I mean, I can do this every day for as long as it takes. And I will never feel like I'm wasting my time. But it's a pure waste of time to know that even if you say you want to go and join their ragamuffin nonsense election, right? It's going to give you the same result, because whatever the product or the result that comes out of it is going to serve the same system that created the monsters that did this to you. It's the same thing. But you see, the moment you have a window, an opportunity to break in and break the system and say, well, we don't want this constitution anymore. That's the genesis. That's from the start. But for those who are currently still jumping up and down, sometimes you will never make sense. I will never make sense to you until you come to that time and that reality, until you see that your own reality yourself. And that's why I said we chose never to be part of it, because it's a waste of time. Of course, we are going to also share in the consequences of whatever you decide on. That's why we wish that you weigh the consequences before you continue to promote your one Nigeria. Okay? If there are those who actually love Nigeria, we are the ones who actually love Nigeria. Because if you love a place, yeah, you will love the people inside the place, Abi. Now, if you love the people inside the place, you will want them protected, Abi. Your leaders don't give a damn about Nigeria, and they don't give a damn about how many of you dies, and then whatever it is, as long as their feeding bottles are continually filled up. To what expense? That's the consequences. So when you choose them, or you choose to keep Nigeria the way it is, right? It kills us. It continues to kill us until you become a victim. Until I become a victim, right? Existence of Nigeria is to see us at the end of the day either dead physically or dead the other way. Nigeria happened to all of us differently. So when you make those decisions, it affects all of us. That's why we are saying that if you know the consequences, if you know the gravity of that, your decisions, political decisions, when you continue to defend Nigeria based on this, yeah, you probably won't take them and you will listen to us. But no, if you don't, your 2023 is around the corner. Keep warming up for it. And then you end up in the hands of the same players, the same crooked criminals. And you are going to be asking for a better Nigeria, aren't you? Of course. You are going to follow them. You are going to fight for them. Then they will keep the power. You would expect them to shock people like us. But they will disappoint you. Eventually, you are going to become somebody asking. You are going to be people asking again for a better Nigeria, we deserve a better Nigeria. How we are disappointed. Then you will come back and you meet us here to say, didn't we tell you? So why do you have to subject yourself to that kind of trauma? So to my friends all over the world, see, don't get tired. Don't get too tired, okay, telling them. Tell them. Continue to tell them. The reason is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, right? They know the truth, okay? They just want to continue to be deliberately foolish. But you can influence from now on. That is why you have to continue to tell them that, see, don't think you love Nigeria for saying you want Nigeria to remain one. You don't love Nigeria. Okay? If you actually love Nigeria, that means you will love Nigerians inside Nigeria, Abi. The best thing is what? Let everybody handle their own affair. This whole power tussle is because of the greed that comes with them holding public office. If you break that down, if everybody have to go back to their own different region and deal with themselves, whether to create their own country and deal with themselves, right? This whole friction, this whole fight, this whole killings, this whole thing, they will just disappear. So don't claim you love Nigeria to keep it one in order to keep it as a killing field because they haven't killed you yet. If you have any of them you are giving money to, paying their school fees and the rest of that, stop. Don't give it to them anymore. Okay? I have started my own readjustment too. Okay? When you have influence enough to tell them that this is what it is, when all of you group yourself together because of the peanuts they are going to give to you, because of all this chicken change, even chicken change is very much now. They don't they give them chicken change anymore. Because to even buy a chicken now, you have to hold thousands. You know what I mean? 100 naira, I mean, what do you got, 200 naira, 500 naira that they are giving to you, that all of you are jumping up, ready to kill, abuse, attack anyone who tells you to think about the other alternative, right? All those 2020, whatever they give to you, the decision you are making there, they affect people who are not interested, or those people who never participated in that your selfish, greedy choices. All of us, we no vote for Buhari now. Many of us in the last 6-7 years. Some of us don't become charity, doing the orphanage job, helping people out economically. Meanwhile, majority of us, we want them. Don't vote for this Bukwari. Don't go and support APC. Everything they are telling you, these are complete naked lies. How can you not see it? We ended up as charity, helping people out everywhere. And we didn't support them. We didn't vote for anybody. So which means we are also sharing in the consequences of their decisions. So in order to minimize the effect, because you see these people, they are mad. You see all these Nigerians, they are completely mad. They are hellbent in reinforcing and revalidating the licenses of their different oppressors everywhere. And they will do anything to ensure of that. Cut your losses, my brothers and sisters. Continue to tell them. What you tell them now is that, listen, do it 1 million times. Do it for PDP. Do it for APC. Even if they start another political parties elsewhere, as long as you are still doing that around this fraudulent 1999 constitution, you will end up in the same place. A poor, frustrated, unequal, unjust country that is divided, riddled with corruption, crime, and unnecessary killings. That's what you are going to end up with. There is no miracle about it. Nigeria is messed up because they gave you a fraudulent book that none of you opened it before you took it, and you have no confidence of trashing it and write a new one. Until that is done, do this 1 million times. Mayegun will be here to continue to tell you that now BLLB until you decide to break it up and save lives. For your own presidential bazaar, you could not enjoy them. If you ask me, Mayegun, if you have a choice, wait. If you have a choice and there is a real constitution or something like that, be fair. Who would you want to be the president of Nigeria? I'll say, that's a very simple, very, very simple question that deserves just simple answer. The Igbos. You may be lying to yourself in different ways, right? That Nigeria will work. The division and the disintegration of Nigeria, the obvious profiling of the Igbos that many of you are aware of, why the Igbos cannot be this, why the Igbos cannot be that, why you cannot trust them for this or that. And on that note, some of you, for your reason why you can't trust the Igbos, let's agree that your reason is genuine. If you can't trust somebody, why then do you want to keep them in your country? Why do you want to say one Nigeria? Does not trusting the Igbos not defeat the same argument of one Nigeria? Are you with me? So if I tell you that I will support an Igbo president, that can be the beginning of your healing. Trust me, because it can be the beginning of your healing and a possibility of a peaceful breakup. See, I will support an Igbo president for fairness. But you know it's not going to happen. Do you know it's not going to happen? Well, we'll wait and see. Just same way I told you, Tifnumbu will not be president. Oshimbade will not be president. None of all these guys will ever have the chance. Just if you are paying attention, right, you will fear north. However it is, I'll be here because we know that even if you put an Igbo president on this current Nigeria, it will be a what do you call it? A pro-max of a Bukwari as well. Some of you don't understand this. Bring whoever you think is brilliant. The system is not workable. It can't work. You cannot make a country that is robbing Peter to pay Paul successful. You can't make a dependent system work where majority or the major part of the country relies on the chunk of the resources that comes from a fraction of the country. And in this case, the law also says everything that is on that part of the country belongs to them in northern Nigeria, and they can legislate on them as they wish. So you may be telling yourself, are they mad? Are they mad? If you think they are mad, or if you want to find out if they are mad or not, in your one Nigeria, right? Tell your state governor, any of your state governor, to say the oil in their state belong to them. The gold, in Yoruba land belong to Yoruba people. Tell one of them to say that, and at the same time, go further to legislate on it and start extracting them. Then you realize that Nigeria is actually not for you, and Nigeria is not your country. Do you get what I mean now? So we all know this. So whether na Igbo man, or whether na Yoruba man, or whether na Ibibio man, or Ijo, or whatever it is, Nigeria is not working. Because it is made that way. It will never work. The only way you can make Nigeria work is to break Nigeria up. Don't get so worked up on that, okay? Break Nigeria up and save lives, including the life of this person watching me right now. Whether you are for Atiku, whether you are for Bukwari, whether you are for Tifnumbu, whether you are for Saraki or Tambuwal, your own is Okorocha, or Anyim is yours, or maybe yours is Peter Obi, whoever you want in the current arrangement of Nigeria. If nothing is done about that first, I will be here to remind you in your 2027. God knows if Nigeria will last that long. However it is. So thank you very much, everyone, for your participation tonight again. Okay, I call it Politico. And one thing that interests people about Mayegun, I think Mayegun's Diary Politico, what really makes people love Mayegun's Diary Politico is that somehow I got people. Do they call them introverts? People who they are not really interested in things that much. They just want to be on their own. I got a lot of people interested in politics by making them understand the intrigues of it, right? Politics is boring, they say, for those who are never interested, right? Today, many people are now interested, understanding how this works. And because of this, it's easier for them to now say, well, I think I get it now. This country can work. Forget it, it can't work. That's what I do. And if you have enjoyed that today with me, again, before you go, like that video, share it, okay? If you still can, and I'm going to see you some other time. Sorry for that interruption earlier, okay? And for Prince Jejeman, Prince Jejeman said this, thank you. To those who sent message that they wanted them, Prince Jejeman, after donating, they also said they wanted Prince Jejeman to reach out to them. And Prince Jejeman will reach out to you, okay? There will be that video shoot in London in April. I'm going to be there, by his grace, right? And some of you can also be in London around that time. And I hope the weather will be so great, and I can see some of you too. So when you wish to support Prince, he told me privately that his budget is around £7,000. He's not a poor guy, okay? And he's also not a wealthy guy in money, so to say. He's got friends who have also come to his aid, and people coming together to just say, well, let's do this. And Mayegun's very political fans and friends are also saying, let's do this. You can be one of them too. So use that PayPal on your screen. And if you can't, really use PayPal, right? I have said I'm going to reach out. I'm going to get back to Prince Jejeman. If he's comfortable in sharing his detail, I can always send his number to any of you who want to personally, give him something on this. You can contact him and you can make the arrangement. But when it comes to Mayegun, if you want to reach out to Prince Jejeman, use that PayPal on your screen. Use the Cash App. You can use the Cash App as well, but just make sure that you attach messages to your donation. This money is for Prince Jejeman, and he will get it, every penny of it. So to my friends as well who sent me, because I got people who actually sent me money for my birthday. This is the first time I actually got money for my birthday privately, and I love them. £50, £20, £30, $40, $80. You know what I mean? Well, it's not that much, so that you won't say, hey, this Mayegun don't make money. No. I'm just showing appreciation. I had 2 people who reached out to me, and even had somebody who went on my YouTube channel and they made a donation through my donor box. Or have you? There's a link attached to my channel. If you click it, you can make donation. You can do that. Somebody went as far as that to support. All of these are just to show appreciation to all of you. None of this is going to be taken for granted. They mean a lot, and we appreciate you. Thank you for all the time, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. Good night.
Nyesom Wike. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Nyesom Wike. Mayegun ti dé. Nyesom Wike. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Nyesom Wike. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Nyesom Wike. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Nyesom Wike. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Nyesom Wike. Presido bá rúfin o. Nyesom Wike. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Nyesom Wike. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Nyesom Wike. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Nyesom Wike. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Nyesom Wike. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Nyesom Wike. Nyesom Wike. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú Nyesom Wike. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú Nyesom Wike. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú Nyesom Wike. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú Nyesom Wike. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.